Hey radio friends, I'm Mike, Kilo Echo Zero Victor India Mike. This is the Travelin Ham. Have you ever wondered how noisy these are? We're about to find out. Let's go.
Hi, my name's Mike. I'm a full-time traveler and ham radio operator. I activate amazing parks all over the United States. Join the adventure and see what's next.
Do I really look like a guy with a plan?
That traveler has
I just do things.
He was a huge, beastly, bulging man. Plates were from Kansas.
Guess what? I'm back in the home state of Kansas, and I got a fun little experiment today. We're gonna turn the radio on and try to hunt some parks right here in the middle of a wind tower field. I do have permission to be on this property, so everything's okay in that regard. No trespassing going on. So kind of a cool situation here where I can park myself right in the middle of this field. Well, we're not in the middle of the field. I've got towers on all sides, but I'm kind of on the eastern extreme end of the field. Most of the towers are this way, you know, but my antenna is omnidirectional, so it's going to pick up any noise in any direction. So if I'm trying to talk that way and the majority of the towers are behind me, it's still going to affect me. And I do have one tower right here. You can probably see the shadow coming across this spot here every once in a while. That's the blades from the tower that's probably about 3 football fields in that direction to my east. So let's turn the radio on, see what happens. That's pretty noisy. S7. It is a lot of noise, but it kind of sounds like atmospheric noise.
Yeah, put a couple of bearings where it comes out of the ground and a couple after the dirty mouth.
Sounds like a rag chew, probably running a decent amount of power.
Cheaper way to go.
It's just static though. There's a little bit of popping in there. Maybe that's atmospheric.
Some of the women, I've got a beautiful wife, but still when I go out, among the public, I look at what's out there, in comparison to what I've got, and
This guy's talking about women.
An outfit on, a particular woman, that kind of fits into, my wife's groove, so to speak. I'll say, hey, baby, I want to buy you an outfit, and I don't tell her, well, I saw this on another woman, and I think it'll look good on you.
I don't know. I better not be sharing conversations like that. Let's keep moving. I could get a brother in trouble. That's a park. Let's see what the digital noise reduction does to it. I don't think that's making it any better. Oh, that's better. Okay, he doesn't necessarily want us to wait for QRZ. Okay. Kilo Echo Zero Victor India Mike.
Kilo
Kilo Alpha Zero, Victor, India, Mike, Victoria, Italy, Mexico. Very important man. All right, copy that, brother. Appreciate that. 5 and 5. I'm going to give you about a 4 and 9. 4 and 9. I am portable today in Kilo Sierra in the middle of a wind tower field. Roger. Yeah, not Minnesota. Kilo Echo Zero. Very important man. Huh. Interesting. That's a new one. Okay, no, Kilo Sierra. Kilo Sierra. All right, thanks, brother. POTA on 7-3. Okay, so, you know, I got it done. I think conditions are okay right now. Let's check that. It was quiet before I left. Or when I checked this morning. That was about an hour and a half ago. Now we do have some stuff going on. Unfortunately, that really jacks with the science of my little test here, but it's interesting nonetheless. But according to the chart on QRZ, we got an S3, S4 noise level right now. The K value is 4. BZ is positive 1.2. Solar wind is high 615. But it'd just be if there's a flare right now, and the X-ray is at B7.9. So, you know, it's the day side. That's what we'd worried about, is the X-ray, and it seems fine. We'll keep panning around here. I'll try a couple different bands too. 15. Okay, you see that noise level a lot lower on 15. 15 just might be dead. I don't hear anything on it. Yeah, nothing all the way across 15. Here's a guy in 17, 18110. How about that? Kilo Echo Zero. Oh.
I got the Kilo Echo Zero, go again.
Kilo Echo Zero, Victor, India, Mike. Victor, 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 India, Mike.
Victor, India, Mike. I got you, Michael. A little light on me today. I'm going to give you about a 4-5 here, Victor Alpha, all 5 parts.
Okay, I got you 5-5, 5-5, Kilo Sierra. I am hunting in the middle of a wind farm.
Oh my gosh, man. Well, stay safe out there, but I mean, I can still hear you, so thank you for the contact. I appreciate it, brother.
POTA on 7-3. Let's do a little test here. Let's see what it was doing. No, not that. Go to the meter and put it on power. See how much it was rolling the power back. KE0 VIM test. Yeah, so it didn't roll it back too far, about 30 watts. But you could tell I could hear him just fine. So, you know, as far as HF is concerned, these things are pretty good. And you know, I've got the vertical whip, so we should be getting those low angles really well here. So if they're kicking out a lot of noise, I should really be able to hear it. So for HF, pretty good. There's something else we can try. I got 14652 in the B channel. Hit the monitor button. Let's see what the sound is like. We got a solid S3 on the 5.2. Peaking at 4 there, just touching S4. All right, this is for you, Mike. KE0 VIM monitoring 5.2. All of a sudden it's not breaking the squelch. Huh, that's weird. My phone is creating that S4. I come back here, S1, okay? Tower's creating no noise. That was my phone. Either my phone or the gimbal. The gimbal holding it, creating that S4 noise, because it's clearly S1 now. There's a reading on 40 meters. I do not have my coil in, so it's tuned. Let's go ahead and put it in. All right, so we've added a little inductance there, and the noise is about the same, a little higher. We got S8 on 40 meters right now. Not picking up any signals. Barely got one there. Okay, so now I've got a horizontal option that's really not getting much of the low angles. So will that make a difference? Okay, I'm probably still tuned to 40. Okay, that's a lot better. Interesting. So that's a very low noise floor on 40 meters, below S3. Interesting, okay. Let's get back to 20. Look at that, almost no noise on 20. Okay, there we go. That answers that question, doesn't it? There's an S5 signal I'm hearing just fine. And almost no noise. Isn't that interesting? What's interesting is I'm not hearing any signals.
Thank you very much and stay safe, okay? And that's Alan from the state of Arkansas.
So that's the YL net. I'm sure they're running power. Huh, interesting. Not reading much noise, but I'm fairly deaf too. So what do you think? Does the vertical versus the horizontal prove that that S7 noise was coming from the towers? How about some A/B comparisons? So I'm gonna put us back on the vertical, and we're gonna find a signal on 20 and see if we can get an A/B comparison here. Okay, took the Wolf River coil out. We got a little bit more noise there, but it is down. Kilo Echo 0, Victor India Mike. Copy that. Thanks for the 5 and 8 to 1018. You were about a 5 and 6. 5 and 6 here to Western Kansas. Roger. All right, put on 7-3. Let's put them on the horizontal. We must have really changing conditions here because it's so much different now than it was when it was on the vertical a second ago. So it's something in one of these towers switching on and off making a difference. I don't know. Let's do a direct comparison. We're going to go on the horizontal wire now. Got a little bit of static there. And he is much quieter. He's in Illinois, so that's not a great distance for HF. I should be able to get him on the horizontal just as I would with the vertical. But he is not loud. So there it is. What do you think? May not have been the best day to come out here and do this test, but this is the time window that I had available. I would like to do it in much cleaner conditions. I would work with what we've got. So we started with the vertical, had really high noise, went to the horizontal, had a lot less noise, came back to the vertical, and the noise had dropped substantially from where it was before. What does that tell us? What do you think? Tell me what you think. Drop your thoughts in the comments. How did it do? How was it compared to what you thought it was going to be? All right, what was your hypothesis? Was it right or wrong? Personally, I think it was, it seems like it was the natural conditions, the QR Nancy, the natural interference that was playing with us more today than anything else. Hard to say how the wind towers fit in, but maybe you heard something different. I'd love to hear. I'm Mike, Kilo Echo Zero, Victor India Mike. This is the Travelin Ham. And in case you haven't heard,
POTA everywhere, man. POTA everywhere, man. Craters of the moon, man. Salmon, Brook Lake, Bog, man. Activations, I've had my share, man.